My name's Mike Rowe. This is my job.
I explore the country looking for people who aren't afraid to get dirty.
That's a catfish. Keep them in there. Oh, geez, sorry.
Hard-working men and women who earn an honest living.
Just want it out of there, right? Crap.
Doing the kinds of jobs that make civilized life possible for the rest of us.
No, can't see a thing.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Back up!
Now, get ready to get dirty.
Coming up on Dirty Jobs.
You got the oldest record of dinosaurs probably anywhere in the world.
Right here in Utah.
Yeah.
I haul my Jurassic up a mountain to work a fossil dig.
All of this is bone?
There's probably 4 or 5 skeletons all intertwined in here.
It's a job 65 million years in the making.
What kind of bird was it? Do we know?
It's a group that went extinct with the dinosaurs. It's our guess.
Who would disagree with you?
Oh, there's a bunch of people.
Not on this show.
And, of course, we have got the obligatory pussy.
Oh, God.
We're going to start recording soon. Real soon. I take it you've noticed the incoming storm. Yeah, this doesn't look pretty at all. That looks bigger than, a scattered thunderstorm.
Yes, we're in the middle of the highway. The weather is coming in from that direction. For the record, we're actually in Moab, maybe just a little outside of Moab in Utah. Point was to come here to Utah, meet some paleontologists, archaeologists, and dig around in the dirt and see if we can unearth some dinosaurs. And it's the kind of work we probably can't do in the rain. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's prohibitive.
Yes. Prohibitive is fancy talk for no. And dark clouds are not a metaphor for that. Those are actual dark clouds.
The place we're going is called the Styx Quarry. It's located on this unnamed mesa. It's a hotbed for dinosaur research, attracting top paleontologists from around the world. Our plan is to hike up there with some scientists, learn a lot of things, and maybe even discover some rare fossils like Indiana Jones. Unfortunately, just getting to the mesa is proving to be difficult, kind of like an Indiana Jones movie. It's on a Dirty Jobs budget.
This is really bad. All right, we got to press on and see what the paleontologists say, what they want to do. I mean, it could blow out in an hour, Look at the tumbleweeds. Or have a look at that. It's crazy. Look at the cows. They're running for cover. Thank you.
Yeah, you do. All right, so Dave is conferring with our guy. I'm not sure what the big mystery is. There's just no way we're going to be able to climb up a mountain in this, but I'll wait for the official word.
That is hail.
Sure, it's hailing. Of course it is.
He said they get 5 inches of rain here a year.
You're kidding me.
Nope.
And we're going to get it all today.
Yeah, no question.
Yeah, we're supposed to be up there, and if you've just joined us, this part of Utah gets approximately 5 inches of rain a year. It appears to be all coming down today. Would you say that in terms of the stages of grief, are we in denial at this point, or are we beginning to? And I know you're past anger.
No, I'm not. I'm going to work with Doug all day.
But maybe not. See, I think you're in denial. I still think you're good.
Get a point.
You think you're going to work with Doug all day. I don't think so. I think we need to take a deep breath and get our heads around acceptance. That was a bolt of lightning. We don't want to be up there. When I say we, I think we know who I'm talking about.
You can't get up, but it's 2 hours later.
That is just really is demoralizing.
Yeah, regarding this tire, I noticed on the right end that your passenger side rear tire is extremely low.
But on the positive side, it stopped raining.
So the meteorology seems to be cooperating with us right now to the point where we might be able to take an honest stab at the geology, the archaeology, and the paleontology. But before we do that, what say we take a quick tour around the campsite?
At Camp Dinosaur, our luck had finally turned around. A couple of paleontologists started changing our tire, I came up with a brilliant opening monologue.
Good. I can work with that.
And even Dave was starting to look happy.
Check, check.
Now, at long last, we were ready to start our day when our good friend Amber closed the back of the SUV and accidentally locked the keys in the car.
No. No, it's not possible. No, it's not possible.
We brought 4 equipment trucks out here, but the one that is now inaccessible is, of course, the one carrying all of our videotapes and batteries.
That's not possible.
Oh no, it's possible. In fact, I should have realized on a day like this, it was probable that something like this would happen. So now, we still have to finish changing the tire, but we also have this additional challenge.
Wow.
All right, we'll spot you here. All right, here we go.
So it's just got away from us again. It's 11:15. Our plan was to be up there by 8. And the weather is cleared up. Unfortunately, we've just had a parade of horribles unfold, beginning with a flat tire. And now we got this whole situation happening. How does this compare to, say, the last time you locked the keys in one of our cars? I think that was in Nebraska, right?
It was in Nebraska, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that sucks.
Yeah. Well, it strikes me as a good time to ask you if, when you rented these, you went ahead with the damage waiver?
Oh, absolutely.
There's a good. Okay, you know
I
what?
don't hesitate on that one.
Yeah. Pride ourselves in practicability.
Okay, I just got confirmation there is OnStar for this car, but no one can touch the doors while they do it. So back off for a minute.
Why do we have that information?
Because they didn't know it had OnStar. I just got a call back. So back off for a bit.
Screw that. Hey, Amber, give us 5 minutes.
Now it's personal.
Yes!
How did that happen?
You just pulled it. Or they did it. Who did it?
Well, say you did it.
We did it.
All right. And that's all the time we have for today's show. All right, then, signing off from somewhere in the desert.
All right, guys, let's shoot a show or something, huh?
How's it going? Got a letter here from Lucas. He writes, Dear Mike, my name is Lucas. I'm just a kid. I love dirty jobs. I also love dinosaurs. Can you tell me why aren't there any dinosaurs on Dirty Jobs? Your friend, Lucas. First of all, Lucas, I'm not your friend. I'm kidding. Of course I'm your friend. You see me on TV? I'm your friend. Secondly, regarding dinosaurs, here's the thing. They're dead. All of them. Been dead for a long time, like millions of years. You know how long a million is? It is a long time. And dinosaurs have been dead a lot longer than that. There's a fancy word for dead if you're a dinosaur. It's called extinct. So dinosaurs are extinct. That's the bad news. Today, I can't find a dinosaur and put it on Dirty Jobs because they're dead. But there are little pieces of them left all over the place. You know what those little pieces are called? They're called fossils. So today, we're going to walk up on that hill and we're going to find dinosaur fossils. It's the best I can do. Now, I'm going to have some help, okay? I've got some experts with me. They're called scientists. And scientists who look for dinosaurs, well, they can be all sorts of people. They can be paleontologists. They can be archaeologists. They can be geologists. They're all over there. So we're going to meet some of them. Then we're going to go look for little pieces of dead dinosaurs. And then we're going to learn a whole bunch of stuff. How's that sound for you, Lucas? Good? Good. When paleontology meets roadside assistance, a sentence I never thought I'd say before. This is Jim.
Jim.
Jim, and what's your last name?
Kirkland.
And that's your crew that's graciously decided to pull our bacon out of the fire?
The good hands.
Yeah, I reckon. So are you, I'm throwing a lot of ologist words around this morning. It's a paleontologist?
I'm paleontologist. I'm state paleontologist for Utah.
I see.
So I get to kind of hang out in this place. Not a bad place if you're going to work on fossils.
This place, as I mentioned earlier, is the Styx Quarry, and it's much better than not bad. Jim and his colleagues have found many dinosaur bones here, and we'll be seeing some of them real soon.
Will we be seeing big bones, small bones?
You're going to see fairly small bones.
Bones of what, exactly?
Well, this is the thing I found first of this animal about 7 miles over.
Is that a tooth?
That's the killing claw of Utah raptor.
No, it's not the actual killing claw. It's a replica.
How many more things you going to be pulling out of your fancy pockets?
That's about it.
Okay.
But I figure you want to know what the animal is we're going for in there.
And it's called the Utah raptor?
It's Utah raptor.
In addition to dinosaur bone fossils, they also have fossilized evidence of other kinds of animals.
We got the oldest bird tracks ever found in North America up here in some blocks.
Are we going to see those today?
Yeah, we'll see those today. We're going to...
Oldest bird tracks in North America we're going to see?
Yeah.
That's where we're headed?
We're headed up there right under that big gray layer.
But before we get started, there's a little paperwork.
What's in your hands? Here, let me give
Okay,
you
well,
these
if
back
I
too.
want you legal, I give out the permits here in Utah.
Uh-huh.
So there's your dinosaur hunting license.
Check it out, Lucas. I'm now a licensed dinosaur hunter.
Let's go find
get
some
moving.
fossils or something.
Coming up, I discover them discovering things that haven't been discovered.
What is it, Diabloceratops?
Big horned animal, the devil's horn face.
Big horny animal.
Big horny animal.
And later,
I feel like a superhero there, man.
it's not a bird, it's not a plane. It's a new use for auto parts.
Drive it down the slope.
You seriously are going to just drag it out.
We're gonna drag it out.
The place, Stike's Quarry, just outside of Moab, Utah.
You know what Utah's most famous for is dinosaurs.
The job? Discovering fossilized dinosaurs.
We've now recognized that we got the oldest, most complete record of dinosaurs probably anywhere in the world. And I'm hoping eventually we'll be the standard by which everybody compares.
Right here in Utah.
Yeah.
Jim says the rocks around here were formed in the Jurassic geological era.
Jurassic, that's what?
Jurassic, these rocks here, about 150.
150 million years old.
The higher up Jim and I climb on the mesa, the younger the rock.
And then as you go up to where your team is?
Get up right above them, the top of that little red mound up above their heads. Right there is about the top of the Jurassic. And our dates, the very basal stuff's pretty iffy. But our first dates that we have that we feel comfortable with are up by the quarry.
Right.
They're about 125.
Let's go see what you guys are up to.
Yeah.
Our first stop is below the Stike's Quarry, where they're doing work on those fossilized bird tracks Jim was talking about earlier.
You are Don, right?
Yeah. Mike, nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
Don's job is to cut these bird tracks out of the sandstone and move them to civilization.
So the goal is to get this out and back to the museum?
Yeah.
Well, are you going to get this out today?
We probably won't get it out today, but we can probably work on making a few more cuts.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Let's see what it...
And actually, this wind might be nice because it
blow the dust
blow
somewhere?
The dust away. Yeah, probably just a few more parallel cuts would be fine.
This boulder probably weighs 3 or 4 tons. It would be very difficult to move to a museum. So Don decided to cut out a 5-inch deep section of the rock's surface, just the part where the bird tracks are located. Getting that part out of here will be much easier than moving the whole boulder. But cutting this rock is still physically taxing. The saw's heavy, the noise is deafening. Don says he can only endure a couple of hours of this pain every time he's here. So it'll be a while before they move this fossil.
That's probably good for now. We can put some off. Now you can set this guy in one of those cracks and give it a few whacks.
Feathers and wedges.
Yep.
So this is modern paleontology.
Yeah. I think that one will just pop out now.
Yeah, I think it did too.
Yep, so that's kind of the rewarding part when you finally get
That was pretty rewarding.
there, you can take that home if you want.
That'd be great. You know, I'll put it in my backpack.
Yeah.
So how long will it take you in real time to get this thing out?
If we saw, a few more hours of sawing, probably we'll get it in pretty good shape. If we can, start undercutting. And then one of the difficulties is I'm the only one out here that's sucker enough to get talked into working on this slope like this.
Angle.
Yeah, I mean, you think this side's not bad because you got the nice saw, but when you're standing on the rock down there, like
gotta hold
wedging
the saw
yourself
up.
up, yeah, you're holding up.
Because that thing weighs, what, 60 pounds probably?
Yeah, I think it's about 35.
So, well, maybe 100.
It starts at 35 by the end. It ends up, after a few minutes, it starts going up rapidly. Oh, there you go. That's a resounding crack there. Yeah, it feels good. All right, yeah, if you want to make a couple more, and then we can...
Hell, it's not about wanting to make it, Don.
Well, we could use.
All right, then.
You'd really be helping me out. If you...
There you go, see? When you frame it as a potential favor,
Yep.
appeal to the angels of my better nature. My pants are falling down.
These fossilized bird tracks were first discovered in 2005. In 2006, they retrieved a major part of this valuable find. Unfortunately, during the delicate removal process, a stubborn part of this old fossil wouldn't break free of the boulder. So it's that cantankerous piece of leftover bird tracks
It's gonna go.
Oh, nice.
that I'm cutting out right now.
What kind of bird was it? Do we know?
Probably a thing, an extinct group called an Inanorthine bird. It's a group that went extinct with the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
It's our guess, but we can't say exactly. Yeah.
I mean, who would disagree with you?
Oh, there's a bunch of people.
Not on this show.
Yeah.
You think, Jim? You think I can whack this off in one blow?
Give you 3.
3 blows to whack this off. All right. Strong finish.
Oh, he
Ooh.
gets it in 2.
Split it.
Evens out.
We compromise.
Yeah.
All right, so here we have a beautiful example of what exactly it takes if you want to be a paleontologist. Beyond all the glamour, beyond all the BS, it's dirt, it's dust, it's hammers, it's feathers, it's wedges, it's rock salts, it's sweat.
Yeah, absolutely. It took him 3 years to get the Diabloceratops out of a rock like this.
Don't even know what that means. What is a Diabloceratops?
Big horned animal, the devil's horn face.
Big horny animal. Why'd
Big
they go
horny
extinct?
animal. Spines on its head, 3 feet long. Something Don discovered, and took him 3 years to chop it out of the sandstone.
Wait a minute, you discovered it? You mean that particular one or the whole?
The whole group, yeah. Well, I mean, that's the first skull known of it. So it was a
that's
brand new animal.
Well, wait, that's
pretty
some
cool.
high cotton now. No, so you just went right to, your stock went through the roof. You discovered a whole new, what is
Yeah,
it?
I
Is
know,
it
people
five?
go like-
We named 5 new dinosaurs last year, just our group.
Are you kidding me? You guys are naming dinosaurs.
Yeah. It took us 3 years to cut it out. And then once I got it back in the lab, it took me 800 hours to prepare it out of the rock because it was in stuff like this. So
800 hours,
800
that's like
hours.
6 months.
yeah,
That's
so like 3 months.
Bone
each
looked
winter.
like mahogany. It's one of those beautiful things we've ever collected. But
Can you be sure it wasn't mahogany?
yeah, pretty sure.
Because that would change the whole nature of the
Oh,
collection.
it would. Yeah.
No, it would.
It would.
Oh, geez.
Oh, God, that's so good.
Chickens and other birds are descendants of dinosaurs and carry dinosaur DNA. American paleontologist Jack Horner has been working with researchers to genetically engineer a chicken to give it hands and a tail, making it look more like a dinosaur.
Let's go see what you guys are up to.
Yeah.
Seems likely somebody's going to fall.
Jim Kirkland is a Utah State paleontologist, and he's taking me to meet fellow paleontologist and geologist Selena Suarez.
Hello, Dr. Suarez. Dr. Rowe, how are you? Call me Mike. What are you working on?
Looking at the Morrison Formation here. Just a good example of the Morrison Formation. You have a really nice clay stone. You could tell it's clay stone if you
Are you eating the rocks?
take a little bite out of it. And it gets nice and creamy and not gritty.
That's what you're tasting?
Yeah.
You're trying to bite the clay to see if it's creamy
Yeah. Have
and
to,
not
like,
gritty.
blow it off a little bit. There's some. Yeah. So if it kind of creams in your mouth, then it's clay stone.
If it creams in your mouth, it's
Yeah.
clay?
Yeah. If it get kind of creamy. Gotta let it sit a little.
I am. Okay, that's clay.
Yeah. And so a little further up, we get Cretaceous up there.
Jurassic here.
Jurassic here.
Because it's older, of course.
Yes.
Cretaceous is younger. The higher we go, the younger things get.
Yep.
Selena is taking me up the mesa from the Jurassic period rock, which is about 150 million years old, to the Cretaceous period rock, which is about 125 million years old at its base.
So that's nice and
Okay.
consolidated. And so we want to dig back enough so that we can actually see the rock and describe it. This would just be like a grain siltstone.
Okay.
And eventually you would want to take this back to the lab and grind it up and then analyze it on a mass spectrometer for calcium isotopes, or carbon isotopes, sorry.
So the carbon isotopes allow Selena to calculate the age of the rock. An oxygen isotope test allows her to determine the weather during the era.
So you either have a heavy mass isotope or a light mass isotope.
Combining data from a whole bunch of isotope tests, Selena hopes to determine how weather patterns impacted the dinosaur ecosystem.
The number you get is the ratio of the heavy to the light isotopes.
But what is an isotope test? I don't know.
How many people get into your field or think they want to get into your field because, they saw Indiana Jones or, some documentary on the Discovery Channel and then realize that they're just too stupid?
One would hope they would keep trying.
One would, but as a professor, I mean, really, you need a good-sized brain for this.
Or a lot of hard work. Chemistry was never my strong suit.
But you got through it?
But I got through it, yeah. I apply it to paleontology and I clicked a little bit better. So if you apply it to something that you really like, it clicks a little bit better.
So your passion was paleontology.
Yeah.
Your one of the challenges was chemistry, but because you were able to apply it to something that made sense to your brain, you were able to master chemistry.
Yes.
You see, this just made the whole story worthwhile. It was very wise, I thought. Very insightful. I saw you squirting something on the rocks before.
Yeah.
What was that?
That was some hydrochloric acid.
Why were you doing that?
To see the carbonate content. If you calcium carbonate, like the things that shells are made out of.
Yeah.
It fizzes in acid. Basically, you liberate CO2. We'll see if this is.
Here, let me hold it for you.
Sure.
This way we can be involved. Do stuff together.
There you go. Yep. So that's fizzy.
So that means
there's calcium carbonate in there, probably calcium carbonate cement. And you can do isotopes from the calcium carbonate as well. You can do carbon and oxygen isotopes.
Do you know that? Carbon and what? Oxygen?
Oxygen isotopes, yep. For carbon isotopes, you got carbon-13 and carbon-12. And for oxygen, you have oxygen 18 and oxygen 16.
Oh, yeah, right. 18 and 16 for the oxygen. Right, sure.
So, yeah.
What's your favorite element?
Right now, oxygen.
Really? Because I'm thinking hydrogen and oxygen together right now would be pretty good.
Water, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll look around for
You
some
should
of that.
probably keep hydrating.
I will. Okay, well, this has been a good excuse just to catch my breath. For a bit.
Sure.
Up and down here how many times today? For you?
Today, I've been up and down this about three or four times.
And on an average day?
Probably like 5 times, 6 times. It just depends on where I'm at.
Are you paying attention, kids? You think you want to get into dinosaurs because they're cool and whatnot. Okay, what do you weigh, like 8 pounds or something?
About 95.
A 95-pound woman. She's a cardiovascular machine with a giant brain and an insatiable level of curiosity. Perhaps you have what it takes, but I doubt it. Most of us don't. I'm sorry, I didn't mean
It's
to go
okay.
on there.
Just gotta work hard and don't mind getting dirty.
That's right.
For sure. This is definitely dirty.
She said it better than I did. Okay.
All right, Lucas, this is the big moment. We are finally going to the Styx Quarry, where we will see actual dinosaur bones.
All right. Keep going, guys.
Well, this looks like a destination.
Selena tells me right in front of me is a major find of fossilized bones.
Wait a second. Wait a minute. All of this is bone?
It's just intertwined bones. Skeletons, there's probably 4 or 5 skeletons all intertwined in here.
Oh, so this is all a jacket over top of everything.
I know, they don't really look like bones. That's because over millions of years, minerals have formed around them, entrapping them inside the rock. Sorting out this mass of hidden bones is the job of paleontologist Scott Madsen.
Are you a cranky paleontologist?
Yeah.
Yeah? What makes you?
It was only when I started working for this outfit.
and then things took a weird bitter turn?
Yeah.
How long have you been at it?
33 years.
Yeah.
As long as I've known Jim.
You guys have known each other 33 years?
Oh, yeah. We've dug in a lot of places.
Yeah.
Yeah, pulled a lot of pretty important specimens out in our time.
Is it still fun?
Yeah, most of the time, except this quarry.
Why? I mean, why is this such a pain in the neck?
It's just kind of this marble cake of different rock types, and the bone is sort of interspersed through a layer of at least a meter thick here. And so every place you try and trench in where you don't want to find bone,
You find it.
you find bone.
So what do you reckon happens to bring, I mean, this looks, if I were CSI, 120 million years ago, this is some sort of weird crime scene, some sort of...
Yeah, right now I'm thinking maybe this is a levee, where the sediment piles up on the sides of the river somewhere, and these animals were dammed up against it.
Yeah.
But it's a logjam of skeletons.
Now, when they uncover a large enough fossil, they'll protect it for transport by covering it with plaster of Paris. If we're lucky, we'll get to that a little later.
But basically, to get into this area, it's dismantling the rock as opposed to just blindly whacking it with a hammer. There's two methods. That's the other method, is people just take
Blind
just
whacking.
blindly whacking into the rock. But I find using the cracks and dismantling the cliff works better.
You just want me to sweep this stuff?
Just avoid about narrow.
That's bone, though, right?
No.
Actually, yeah, that is a little bit of bone.
Yeah,
actually.
see, that's okay.
Right on the
Yeah,
edge.
I'm bringing all
Yeah.
8 minutes of my experience
Yeah.
to the situation.
I'm telling you.
What would look like work now if we were to do something with plaster?
Well, we can go down and work on this block that we have partway down the hill.
All right, that
Let's go
sounds
do
good.
Coming up, even paleontologists gotta go.
Poop only, no pee. This is just a place where we poop. See?
And
So it's very cold and unpleasant on my hands.
give me a little plaster, and the natives get restless.
Oh, sit anywhere. Be comfortable.
Before we move on to the plastering, I know my young friend Lucas, with his unquenchable thirst for knowledge, wants to know one thing. Namely, when paleontologists are out in the field all day digging up dinosaur bones, where do they poo?
That's where you poop when you're looking for dinosaur bones. Come on, Lucas. I'll show you more. A little different from the bathroom at home. This is what you call a portable porta potty. See? You pick up the whole thing and go. Inside, people sit down here and take care of their business. And while they're sitting and relaxing, you have all sorts of stuff over here that you might need. Okay? You got your toilet paper and got your reading materials. See what sort of stuff scientists read. Oh, yeah. They read magazines about the Earth and stuff like that. That's very nice. But look, you sit here and look at that view. See, Lucas, that's important. Poop only. No pee. This is just the place where we poop. See? Pooh. When you're done, magazine goes back in here, next to the toilet paper. Lid goes on, make sure it's on tight, and then make sure it's covered. Then you can go looking for dinosaur bones. Okay.
With a new spring in my step, I rejoined Don and another paleontologist named Jonah for a quick lesson
I feel like a superhero there, man.
on how to fix a fossil.
If you've just joined us, we're putting a dinosaur bone onto the hood of a car.
The fossil's covered with a protective jacket of burlap and plaster. Unfortunately, the jacket got damaged. We need to fix it before we can transport it down the mesa.
Yeah, so we got to reinforce these spots. Yeah.
Using plaster of Paris and burlap to protect fossils in the field is a time-tested technique paleontologists have used for over 100 years.
All right, so now just feed that in there and just get it all impregnated with plaster.
Oh my God, you just took it into a whole biological place. Knock it up.
All right, well, why don't you get your ass off of that dinosaur?
Yeah.
All right, well, why don't you stay there?
You just told me to get off this.
Oh, yeah, well, turn around. We're going to put it on this thing, so.
The fossil inside this plaster jacket contains many thin, delicate bones from several small dinosaurs.
Nobody told me not to dribble in the hole.
Dribble in the hole.
Well, that's good.
That's good. We're in good shape.
All right, now.
Back in the lab, it'll take hundreds of hours to prepare this fossil, and it'll be years before scientists can definitively say which dinosaurs the bones came from.
Yes, you are. You're a bad dinosaur. Bad. You're extinct. It's almost too interactive, for three dudes.
Yeah,
I mean,
a lot of touching.
I mean, we're like one click away from that scene from Ghost. Dear. Now, are you guys paleontologists first, or geologists first, or what are you, Jonah?
I'm a paleontologist.
You're a
I like to
paleontologist.
think of myself as a biologist who does paleontology.
Well, in spite of what you might like to think about yourself, what are you?
Paleontologist.
Okay. See, I like to think of myself as an astronaut and a superhero, but I'm really just a show host.
All right, that's it.
So it's very cold and unpleasant on my hands.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
hard. It's like, sit anywhere. Be comfortable. You all right?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Thank you. Bring the folks at home the sounds of paleontology. Oh, yeah. Yep. Dirty dinosaurs.
All right.
Ready to go?
So, I mean,
We go do the clip?
is it you and I that are going to do this?
Yeah. So we're going to go up by the site and then head around.
All right, let's do that. Let's get out of here.
The rock that makes up this cliff is called the Poison Strip Sandstone.
I knew exactly why we were climbing to the top of this. I would tell you, but I don't. So just come along and wait for it. All right, that's a view.
Yeah.
Why are we doing this? What is the mission?
What we want to do is measure it, Cliff, from the top down, just to get a thickness on that, the big cliff at the top.
What do you measure with?
We're just going to use a tape measure.
So we're rappelling down the side of that thing with a tape measure just to see how thick the strata is.
You got a problem with that?
No problem. It just seems like, don't they have laser?
Yeah, I mean, we don't necessarily have to, but look at the view over there.
Yes, it's a great view. Okay.
If we get paid to rappel down a cliff.
Yeah, it's excellent.
And then that way we can actually visually inspect the way with the tracks.
Well,
That's what it is.
Visual inspection. I didn't
Yeah,
realize
we
it'd be
need a
visual inspection. That's good.
Yeah.
All right, then. To sum up, I think we're just looking for an excuse to see a really great view. Measure some stuff along the way. Which is fine.
Coming up.
We're going to come down and look at some bird tracks.
No bones about it. We let it all hang out.
Now, let's not do that. Because that looks like every cartoon I've ever seen where the rope is all frayed, going back and forth and thinner and thinner.
But the weather threatens to spoil the party.
Nice. Oh, that's thunder, isn't it? Once again, I'm in a high place and thunder's coming.
Yeah.
We're too close?
That's not bad.
As you hike up the mesa, the rock gets younger. As you rappel down the mesa, it's just the opposite. The rock gets older. And I feel a bit less confident.
Try.
I don't have one of those fancy pads.
Yeah, you have a stronger rope. So.
Do I? Because that looks like every cartoon I've ever seen, or every bad B movie where the rope is all frayed Going back and forth and thinner and thinner.
Yeah, so we'll try not to.
Yeah, let's not do that. All right, step one.
All right, so we're going to try to get a measurement from the top. So we got about 50 centimeters down to there.
50 centimeters to there.
Yeah,
but
to this.
why is that significant?
Well, it's just a slightly different sedimentary structure there.
The top layer of rock was formed by deposits from a river system about 120 million years ago.
Yeah. Next time I won't do that.
So from here, we just essentially want to just measure it to the bottom.
This layer of rock I'm measuring now represents a time when the land was covered with a river system and a floodplain.
It's the most exciting tape measurement I've taken in a while.
So we're going to go past this slope to the next little cliff.
Right.
And that's the cliff that has the bird tracks in it. So we can go take a look at those.
I'm just going to come down and look at some bird tracks.
Oh, nice. Uh-oh.
That's thunder, isn't it? Once again, I'm in a high place and thunder's coming.
Yeah.
I'm petrified.
I'm a little concerned about this guy.
Yeah, let's just get rid of it.
The one under it's loose as well. So.
Rock. That's bothersome. Rock.
Remember that chunk of rock with those ancient bird tracks? The one I was cutting with a rock saw earlier? Well, it broke off from this exact cliff, and Don is trying to pinpoint the precise spot where it broke away. Meanwhile, I'm trying not to break away from the cliff, which is a challenge when a storm is approaching.
All right, well, we can probably get moving, but we're pretty sure that that's based on this convoluted bedding here. Pretty sure those bird tracks are coming out right towards the top of this. So
this layer of rock, where the bird tracks are from, is about 122 million years old.
So what is the job? Why are you marking it?
Jim just wanted to see from down there where just so we have a feel for where they are when we're down there. Little rock carpentry.
Wow. Just that? Holy crap, that was a big bolt of lightning. Hey, I don't know if we're done yet, but just on the off chance that we are, because it's about to start raining again, and I'm falling on my ass and everything hurts. I just want to say thanks, Don.
Yeah, you're welcome anytime.
And if you see Jim, thank him too. Like I said, we might not be done. I might be seeing you in just a second. But this part of the scene's definitely over.
So we went partway down the mesa and waited, hoping the thunderstorm would pass us by. At this point, I'm unclear as to why we were hopeful.
We definitely want to get away from here. Yeah. Oh, man. Whoa.
Any questions, Lucas? Yeah, see, that's why we don't have dinosaurs on Dirty Jobs. Not only are they dead, but finding their bones is very difficult. And every time I look for them, it rains or sleets or hails on me. And I have to hang from high places. But hey, it's a super letter. Thanks for the question. Good luck with life.
We're done now. It's over. Are we done?
No.
No.
The rain is done.
Coming up.
You seriously are going to just drag it out?
We're going to drag it out.
Witness my superhuman strength.
We're pulling an iguanodon down off of a mountain.
It's me versus a group of paleontologists.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
Okay. Are you guys ready? Here we go.
Me and a bunch of paleontologists have worked our fingers to the bone, preparing to haul a prehistoric fossil off this mountain in Utah. While our crew was hiding from thunder and lightning, Jim's team was strapping the plaster-coated fossil onto the car hood.
What have you done, Jim?
Bolted this thing down to this beautiful classic American vehicle. Now we're going to drive it down the slope.
You seriously are going to just drag it out?
We're going to drag it out.
Hey, if you've just joined us, we're pulling an iguanodon down off of a mountain here in Utah. Iguanodon's an old dinosaur, and we found one stuck in a rock, and we wrapped the rock in plaster of Paris. Weighs like 300 pounds. And then we're going to drag it down that direction. It's a job.
You want a little more of an angle even here.
Tell you the truth, Don and Jim can't say for sure if they've got bones from an iguanodon or some other dinosaur.
Paul, now, Paul.
But whatever we have, it is quite valuable and of great scientific significance, which explains why the bones are traveling first class.
Rock.
Down the mesa.
Are you guys ready? Here we go.
Yeah, I know.
Hard. Okay. Slow down. All right, easy.
I got it. Hold on, Mike.
I wasn't pulling.
Okay.
I'm just hanging on.
Okay.
Runaway dinosaur. Dinosaurs are heavy.
Mike, hold up a second.
Okay. Hey, this is weird. It's a weird day, man. It's weird. The whole thing's weird.
Hey, pull sideways.
Oh, the old dinosaurs caught on the rocks. Seen it 1,000 times.
And now it's time to learn something really naughty.
Today's knot is called a bowline on a bite. Handy for situations like this. It's like a bowline, except you tie it around yourself like this. It goes in and around, then like that. Come through like this, and you pull it out of the hole. Okay? Never slip. Super handy, ideally for pulling iguanodonts down mountainsides. Iguanodonts down mountainsides.
Jim, are you gonna go straight down?
Hang on one second.
Hang on a second, guys.
By the way, did I mention that we still have a long way to go with this 300-pound rock? I mean, a really, really long way to go. Yep, you get the idea.
I think we should call that a wrap.
Hey, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. I mean, look, the thing's been up here, what, 300 million years? Another night's not going to kill it.
Oh, no, it won't kill it.
It's dead already.
Yeah, we got to do more strapping for.
So.
And then we'll have to dig out this hill a little more.
Yeah,
Afraid
a few rocks would be nice to move.
I don't think it's going anywhere.
No, it's not going anywhere. You kidding?
All right, so if this were a like a week-long show, we would stay here and we would pull this down, but it's not. We're out of time. So let me just say thank you very much, and of course, Jim.
Hey, I just want to present this to you. Now you're ready.
Yeah. A junior ranger paleontologist. All right, all my dreams are coming true. Lucas, I'll send this to you. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Take care.
See ya. Good luck with the fossils and whatnot.
As the sun set gently in the west, it was finally time for us to bid farewell to Camp Dinosaur. But before we hit the road, I had one final piece of business.
So today, I'm feeding this goat some watermelon while I'm running electrical current through a series of needles that I've placed under her skin. This, believe it or not, is a job. It's acupuncture with electricity and a little bit of watermelon, which I've added to the mix. This idea came to me from a viewer who thought it would be a dirty job. The viewer was correct. So now I'm here doing it. You can make all this happen as well. Discovery.com/dirty job. Well, how we roll. Hey, look. Oh, that's unfortunate. Dirty Jim. We're going all Jurassic on you. I'm petrified. Next on Dirty Jobs, Cretaceous. I'm petrified. When we come back, Jurassic. Petrified. Followed by Jurassic. I'm petrified. Jurassic.